We are coming to you live together today in Phoenix, Arizona. We are in the same exact room for
change.
Yeah. Aside from recording the podcast, we are here for the live together. So my name is Jenna, and
my name is Angela.
Yeah, and we're here to connect in this space called Spirit Guides After Dark, channeling your soul erotic questions. And just feel free to tune into the energy. If you're watching this later, if you're coming in, allow yourself to just move through with whatever resonates, and whatever doesn't, just let it be over there.
Take what works for you. Just leave the rest.
Just leave the rest. And so we are opening it up to questions today. We do have some questions queued up too as well. And so we're going to set the container here. We're going to set the space here. Yeah. Yeah, just relax those eyes. Relax into the moment. Just being here. Moving and ebbing and flowing as the energy moves and ebbs and flows as you move and ebb and flow. Allowing yourself to just surrender to the present moment as you may feel an expansion of your heart, or just an invitation to be present with that heart space, to be present with your heart, to connect your heart, mind, and body, and allow yourself to just be. You may start to settle into your space. Grounding and anchoring in. Yeah. Just allowing yourself to be here. And feel free to start to come back to the space. However that feels, you can stay rested and come back in, and in the balance of that all. Do you have anything coming through?
There's a lot of angels and elementals coming through. Lots of elementals. If you're not familiar with elementals, they are nature spirits. They're the guardian angels and spiritual beings of the natural world, of planet Earth. So, a lot. Big ones.
Big
ones.
Big. Yes. And if you are new, tuning in, seeing us for the first time, Angela and I host a podcast called Erotic Spirit Podcast. And so we have our latest episode up here. There's a QR code. Feel free to tune in. It is our orgasm mistake everyone makes. So you want to tune in. All about safety. A lot about safety that we talk about in that episode. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And then, I guess we can share too, like if you're tuning in, if you're not familiar with me, I'll just give you just a short background here. I'm a channeler. I connect and guide people into the space and the awakening of their true self. And I do that through one-on-one sessions, through retreats, through online courses, all the fun stuff. Yeah.
My name is Angela Shelby. I am a spirit guide channeler. I am a quantum touch energy healing practitioner. I am a dream interpreter of over 30 years, and I do my best to help people find their own connection to spirit and empower themselves to strengthen their connection. Everybody can do what we do. It's as natural as smelling. It's just sensing energy. So I like to help people remember that.
Yes. Oh, I love it. And feel free to check out our website too. Just pop that up here, eroticspiritpodcast.com. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready? Okay. We're going to pull up some questions here, but feel free to pop anything in the chat there. anything that's on your mind or heart there. And so let's see. We're going to pull up this one. So why are some people afraid of their own power when they become deeply desired?
Oh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Oof. I'm surprised. Well, I'm not surprised. I take it back. How much that comes up of people being afraid of their own power in general. I have my own moments of that, especially when spirit pushes the boundaries of my happy human box.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's going beyond what my human mind can encompass comfortably. So, because being deeply desired is power.
Yeah.
So it's being uncomfortable with their power.
Mm-hmm.
Let's ask.
Yeah.
So what I have coming through is to be deeply desired is to be responsible for your own happiness and your own power. And to be deeply desired is to understand your worthiness. If you don't feel you're worthy when you're deeply desired, it's a terrifying moment of, will they find out that I'm not worth the desire they are throwing toward me? So self-worth issue.
Yeah, I feel that. And I'm feeling a message coming through about like, and it's not every circumstance. So this is just like a circumstance of like when there is a desire, when there is someone who is desiring that other person. And so if you are that person being desired and the other person is coming from like a space of unequal, right? So there's a desire because there's an attachment there. There's a connection of even of putting up on pedestal, right? Which is not even really desire, but it's just the energy of that wants to flow through in the message, because I think people there may be a confusion of mixes of the circumstances. And so there's an energy that can encompass around circumstances where one can feel like they're being put up above. And so there's like an experience that person is having where there's the attention, there is the even actually when you even look at the energy from that other side, the manipulation of the energy, it's unequal. It's I will put you up, which is unequal, which is manipulating just the forces of energy, as everything is made as equal. And so but that desire, that attachment is coming from a space of lack. And again, this is not all circumstances, but it may be a circumstance of that unequal space. So person who is being desired can feel that energy of that imbalance and manipulation. And so it may feel like even to step into that energy or be around that energy may feel like one is manipulating themselves when they're even actually just feeling that unequal energy. So the opportunity is to move and flow into the space as equal, as a knowing, as a space in their heart, to show the truth of equalness. And that expansion of that heart space emanates out and actually truly shows the truth of the energy being equal, and that energy is equal. So there's an opportunity to share that. And where people may feel uncomfortable with this is people can fall into a people-pleasing space as not wanting to, and not in a way like correct, but not wanting to make waves with how someone feels. But it's just a distortion that someone is perceiving and projecting onto you. And so it is the truth of energy just to be you, just to be you, and the expansion of that space is truly power. Actually, even the step back and the removal of oneself is playing into that imbalance. So standing in your truth and love helps to move the energy in a depth of flow, which is true to universal flow. Yeah.
So when you're saying energy imbalance, are you saying like putting someone up on a pedestal? Yeah. Like it's manipulative that they are putting someone up on a pedestal?
Yes.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
That energy imbalance. It's kind of this is what this reminds me of, what you just brought through. It reminds me of someone coming onto me very strongly and like deep desire, like they know me when they don't know me.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the thing. It's like, how, like, what part of me are you deeply desiring? You don't even know me yet. I don't even know you yet. Like,
yes.
So it's that feeling of, what are you projecting onto me that you are so gung-ho when you don't even know me yet?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's the right. There's many, I think, ways that what desire really means. But I think that this really came through because people can think of it in that way. But it's not all circumstances. It's just one piece of it that we might experience that projection. That is, not in balance.
Yeah. So that also reminds me of, like, I feel like it tied into the worthiness thing that we were talking about, because you said come to it as equals. So helping to bring that energy imbalance is just being your true self and remembering that no matter who it is, you're equal. You're equal in energy, you are equal in value, you're equal in self-worth, and coming from that space. So in those moments, if it's me and I'm calling myself equal and having to speak my truth, I think that is part of that fear of being desired, being deeply desired. Because when someone deeply desires us, they come at us, and they come at us like with a passion, with huge passion. I was going to say with a vengeance, but that's not the energy. With deep passion, great focus. And when that happens, we have to either respond honestly in who we are, or we deflect, or we project.
Yes.
We project something else who we think they want us to be.
Yes.
Or we totally shut down and deflect them away, or we're authentically, truthfully ourselves. And having to make that decision, because we know the real answer is to be truthfully and authentically ourselves, even if it's, dude, you don't even know me. Like, what is this? Like, so I think that's it. It's having to make those choices. Those being deeply desired and someone wanting deep relationship with us makes us have to choose. Choose who we are, who we want to be in that moment. And it's a defining moment when that happens.
Yes, I like that. Like it calls really our truth forward. And are we going to step into that? Are we going to play out, right? Like what came in before was a bit of people pleasing, right? Are we going to like kind of just roll with it and then duck out later? Or are we going to say something in the moment? So it's a calling of like, hey, are we going to meet at the energy here and really share who we truly are, whatever that is?
Yeah, whatever that is.
Whatever that is.
It could be, oh, this is wonderful, I'm so happy, or no. Just no.
That's a no.
Yeah.
Or a yes, but I need a minute. Like I'll say too, there's a space where there is maybe like a mutual desire, and so people can be afraid because maybe there might be some old flags going off in the head, which may not actually even be true flags. It just may be a remembrance of times where things weren't safe. So it's like, I need a minute for my nervous system to process and move through and ebb and flow, where I can actually truly feel in it and not think about it, right? But like feel, how do I truly feel? Like, do I feel safe? Do I feel good? Okay, that was just the remnant of something old. That's not really happening anymore. So being able to ask for what you need too. Like, yes, I see the desire back. I feel it, but also I need a minute. Whatever that means. Like, I need a minute. I need time for me to figure out what that means. And just people do not like silence. They do not like pause. Sometimes it's like, I need to know now. And if it's not now, then, oh, something's wrong. But pausing is actually really healthy.
It's really healthy. And again, it's that those moments of being deeply desired can be, I don't know. And a lot of us are afraid to say, I don't know. A lot of us were brought up to believe I don't know was not an answer and it's not allowed. You have to know one way or another, decide. I don't know is a valid answer. So, and being deeply desired, again, there's such a push of energy. It almost is like a runaway freight train sometimes, and feeling pressured to keep up with that energy and understand we have the right to slow down and say, hey, pause, take a minute, like you said, but that energy, that passion. Yeah.
And that is power, which can make people feel uncomfortable because we've had probably, I can just speak for myself, like there have been many circumstances where I felt like in survival, making choice, right? And so then it's like, well, I need a minute. And so there's like the distortion of what I would have looked at when I was younger and things happening, like the distortion of like power or like the belief of what I thought power was. And so for me to like step in and actually like ask for it, actually would have felt scary. Would have actually been like, well, I didn't have a choice. So my belief on what power meant was just based on all these other illusions of through survival. And now it's like, well, that's not true. Dissolve. But still implementing and integrating the space of, okay, I'm not in survival, but I'm in the space of figuring out what I want. And that's power. Like to ask for what you want and stand in that, or just say, I don't know.
Well, and the other thing, I think so many of us, especially if we are loving, caring people, don't want to hurt people. So if somebody comes at us with huge desire, it's such, first of all, compliment. But if it's a no, to tell someone who wants you that badly no, I think a lot of us are afraid to hurt somebody's feelings. And honestly, to be dead honest is kind. Doesn't mean we have to be tactless.
Yeah.
We can deliver a no kindly, even if it's just no. No is a whole sentence, no period. You can just say no, no reason, no, thank you, not at this time, no. But that is kindness. Being dead honest is kindness. Prevaricating, trying to soften it and not be clear is not kind.
Yeah, it can be leading on.
Yeah. It's kinder just to be honest.
Yeah. So desire, baby. So much on desire.
Yes.
I love me some desire. And if you're joining in and out, feel free to type in the chat where you're from. Let us know where you're from. If you have any questions, we are just answering, any questions on sex, intimacy, pleasure, connection, whatever's on your heart, drop it in, say hello. And I don't see anything, so we'll pop this other question up. Next.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Yes. So can repression become resentment?
Yes. This one is near and dear to my heart.
Yeah. So let's talk about first, what repression, what does that mean? Like, what would that mean in the context?
Well, this is a sexual podcast, so it's usually like repression of our sexuality, true feelings, our true feelings, our authentic feelings, any of that turns ugly when we repress.
Yeah.
So my experience with this, not channeling, this is my experience.
Yeah.
My experience with this has been, I grew up Catholic, so lots of repression. That is like Catholicism and repression go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are someone who is spiritual and wants to serve other people, it's the anger from that repression, because there is anger, period. It'll turn inward, turns into depression, turns into anxiety, turns into judgment, lots and lots of judgment of other people and self, whether you realize it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have repression of feelings and you're depressed, you're hiding your feelings. That's what depression is. Depression is hiding.
Mm.
And if you are someone who is less introverted, your anger is going to splash out on other people in weird and strange ways. And you won't realize it's due to repressing your feelings, but it does. You explode on someone over something stupid.
Yeah.
Like something in the grocery aisle, or road rage, or you lash out at your kids for no reason. It comes out in strange ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Totally feel that. And the layer that's coming in here is like, I get this sense in the field and the collective of like desire or things that someone says like they shouldn't desire. And so, there's just like an acknowledgement of the feeling in the body, because when we're actually repressing, right? Like we're shoving everything down and we're like, no, but it's coming out. It's still coming out. And so the opportunity doesn't always mean I need to like express outwardly. It just means a acknowledgement of what is moving as that energy is moving through. Maybe it is a thought, maybe it is a feeling in the body, and being able to just be, aware of it. Like say you have a coworker in which you think it's inappropriate to feel desire or attraction towards them. These are human experiences. There can be attraction. And so if there is that repression, you may notice that like you avoid them. Like what's the outcome and the behavior that's coming from that is like an avoidance of them. And as opposed to just being aware of the feelings as it comes through, because a lot of times energy moves through the body very quickly. It's when we repress and shove away, everything can get amplified and then come out in different ways. But you can just acknowledge and be aware of like, oh, okay, I find them attractive. And then you're able to actually focus on whatever the project and task may be. It's like, okay, you have a project together and you can't avoid them, but somehow you still are. So this way of just being aware of the body and acknowledging it lets that move through. And then it really avoids like this space of, you can say resentment, like why do I have these feelings? It's inappropriate, right? And kind of taking that inwards towards what am I doing? And it really just lets the energy move instead of that energy spinning in the mental field. It just moves through the body and you breathe in and then you move on. You really can just move on. Be like, oh, okay, find them attractive in my mind and move forward with that project.
Yeah. But doing the opposite of, I shouldn't think that, that's wrong, mm-hmm. That's not right, mm-hmm. That's repressing, and it's not allowing it to move through. As soon as you start to beat down on yourself, it shoves it into the shadows, mm-hmm. and then it comes out in strange ways. But acknowledging it and going, yep, I acknowledge that. I totally embrace that. Doesn't mean you have to act on it.
Yes.
It's just you acknowledging it and not judging it.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, breathe through it, mm-hmm. acknowledge it, and move on. And there are other ways to vent energy. If just breathing through it doesn't work, if it becomes an issue, I always advise talking it out with someone. I do it. I talk it out with someone I trust.
Yeah.
I will write.
Mm-hmm.
I will do art. I will exercise. There are other ways to vent energy.
Mm-hmm.
I will go have a really good sexual experience with somebody or myself.
Mm-hmm.
That's another great way to vent energy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. But again, just because you have it doesn't mean you have to stuff it, and it doesn't mean you have to act on it. Mm-hmm. There is a third option. There's allowing it to move through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Allowing it to be, because the resentment can turn towards like, why would I ever think that? What is it with me?
Mm-hmm.
What is it with me? And like, is there something wrong with me for thinking these things? So it gets it flips in different ways. And so just, letting it move, allowing it to be, move through the body, and then all the beautiful stuff you shared.
Let me see if there's anything else they want to add. Nope. They're showing me high fives. They're like, you covered it. You're good.
You get a high five. You get a high five. I love that. So we're going to go on to this interesting question here. So why is it so hard for some women to get pregnant?
Oof. This is not our usual question. This is one Spirit dropped in. Mm-hmm. So we'll bring it up. And this is for women who are trying to get pregnant, that no matter what they do, they're just having a hard time. Like they've jumped through the hoops. They've talked to the doctors. They're doing everything they know how to do, and they are still not pregnant.
Yeah.
Oof. So this must be a big issue, because Spirit brought it up on our sexuality podcast. So let's see what they say. Oh, okay. So the message I have coming through is all children are special. And there's a wave of children coming into this world right now that are definitely vibrating different from the rest of us. And the conditions for them to come in have to be optimal. And the timing has to be optimal. Mm-hmm. And they will come in when they are darn good and ready, when those conditions are met. This is the other thing. So they're showing me teams of beings coming in for each child, each one of these spirits, and like working with the mother to get her ready, to get her body ready, to get her mindset ready, mm-hmm. to bring these particular children into the world. And this can be a process. And timing, they're saying timing is everything with these children. Mm. So even though you feel it is your time and like you're ready and like the nursery's ready to go, you're counting your biological clock, they're going to come when they're good and ready. Be patient. If you are a spiritual person, dig in. Mm-hmm. You can talk to the spirit of your child. Mm-hmm. You can talk to their guardians. I want to say like the word that's coming through is like they're cultivators. You know, the people that are like paving the way for them to come in. Let me see if there's anything else. Are you picking up anything?
Yeah, but if you
go in.
Yeah,
you go ahead.
So it continues with what you're saying and adds in other perspectives too. And I'm seeing like this, like the opportunity for the right, and there's no right, so I'll take that back. The opportunity for an experience for just seeing the kids go down a slide, and it's just more like in sync with the energy of the womb space, of the beholder, of the energy that is channeling that through, whether that is however you choose to experience bringing that new child in, right? Like whatever ways that is in. And I'm seeing like the womb space, and it's really holding on to the energy of this, an opportunity to release expectation and move through even other things that in the shadows around even sexual trauma. There's like a clearing. So creation is at equal space of truth of energy. And it doesn't mean that you need to be at 100%, right? Because there's going to be experiences that may even activate you that you haven't even had yet. But it is about being intentional in saying, this is a body, or this is how the child is coming in and receiving into the world. And that space, I'm just showing a vision of that space having the room for these children who are vibrating at that light speed, to slide down the slide. And there's really a huge opportunity on that. And this is not just for you. This is like an agreement. You can say agreements that you're making, you're co-creating at present, and or have done before you've come in. But there are agreements on like you doing your work too. So this is look at it as like, oh man, I have to do this so I can have a kid. It's like you get to be free of whatever trauma that you're holding, so that you're creating in a space of that freedom, right? That's freedom energy. And it's all good. It's all good stuff. Yeah.
So, yeah, I like how you were talking about taking care of your unfinished business, taking care of unfinished trauma can be part of it. So what they're showing me is 10 minutes a day. If you are a woman that is trying to get pregnant and you've jumped through the hoops and you're having a hard time, sit 10 minutes a day, and talk to your spirit guides, or talk to Creator, or talk to God, however you believe, or talk to the spirit of your child. 10 minutes a day, and just sit with that, and then listen and follow the guidance that you get, and it will flow through. So part of that is helping you attune to the spirit of your child. The other is taking the time to get clear so that you can hear guidance, and setting the intention to do that also is like a statement to the universe saying, I am carving out this time to focus on bringing my child into the world. Like, that is a huge statement when we throw down 10 minutes of time a few times a week or once a day for any project, because the creative power of the universe sits up and pays attention because you have thrown down and carved out that moment for that specific thing to focus on a regular basis. So they're showing me, I mean, it can be like right down to location, like where you live. So there are many factors in there. The general overall message is, please don't lose heart. Please step back and turn within and listen. Take the time to listen and go with that flow of what you're getting. It may be you need to slow down, or you just need to wait until next year, or it could be you all of a sudden get this overwhelming need to move to Tennessee, or a job transfer comes through. I mean, it can be the strangest things. I know in my personal experience, for one of my family members, I knew they were going to get a house in the country because they had a daughter coming, and she needed to be in that environment, in that particular place. And it's just interesting. It's just really interesting that it can come right down to location. Mm-hmm. So be patient and know you've got special little beings coming through.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, I love that. And then I had something new coming in, and it goes into, it's covering some of the opportunities for shadows and creating some of that space. And it goes into this, I was hearing to ask the question on the desire, like why you may want to have kids. And it does not mean that your desire is wrong. It just, if you have never asked yourself, sometimes I have seen, and I can even say in myself, like even a fear of having kids, like not wanting to have kids because I did not want something to happen to them as what happened to me, right? So my desire, my perspective on my answer was based on unresolved trauma. And so not that any desire of having kids is or isn't that, but it is a good question to dive in deeper. So it is purely in your space of like creation and love and being able to create with that family. However, whatever that is, there's no right or wrong desire there, but it is an opportunity to just let shadows come up or see a different perspective, or even get guidance from the universe on something that you didn't even know about yourself. And what kind of beautiful way to experience that energy. You may even get like guidance from your child to be in spirit that hasn't incarnated yet. And so just asking, being able to like ask and tune in helps that energy shift. And so if there's any blocks or anything there, that will be revealed. And so the truth of your desire can actually be clear, right? It can be that clear channel for the kid, to the child to move through, for them to slide through.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yes.
Yeah. So it's a good one.
Very interesting question. Was not expecting this question tonight, folks.
Yeah, definitely not. But it's interesting because there is actually like, there's a lot of layers to it. There's not one reason, and there's not like, there's so much behind it energetically. And so if you're listening, this is the energetic perspective, right? Not like a biological, but just, or physiological. It's all on, right, reading the energy of the collective and the opportunities to, for you to create your family or whatever you're looking to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And have fun in the meantime. I just heard. Okay, that's so funny. I just saw like a couple that were kind of like looking at the watch and was like, we got to do this at this time. And like, and I get it though. And don't, and like follow your guidance of your doctors, but then there's like the opportunity to shift the energy to be in that high vibration space of joy. Like we are creating here, right? Creating together, coming into union together. And some of these kids that are right in that high vibration, they're in that joy. So they're guiding, or they're trying to help guide you, if you listen close enough to that joy, so that it's not just looking at the clock and we have to like do this at this time.
You need to have sex now.
I
Let
know.
go. I'm ovulating in this moment. That's like hard conditions to have sex. And I know many couples that have been trying really hard for a long time, and my heart goes out to you. But sex becomes a chore, and your relationship starts to suffer because sex is now, we must do it at this time. It becomes very analytical. And with your guidance coming through, I know that's why they're saying, you got to have fun.
Yeah.
Like, fine, we got to have sex now. Maybe it's time to go to the store and like buy a new toy.
Yeah.
Or think up a scenario, get a costume, go somewhere different.
Yeah.
Play a game, make it fun. It's time to bust out of the rut. And go have fun, make it fun.
Yes. I like that.
Yeah.
Go have fun. All right. So we're going to tune into this next question here. Does that one look good?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
And then if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop it in. But we have here, why do taboo topics, let's say such as sex, hold so much energetic charge?
They're already talking. They're already coming through. So the information coming through why taboo topics have so much energetic charge. Because emotions are energy, massive amounts of energy and information. And taboo topics are emotionally charged. And this is the thing. Energetic perspective. Whatever we push against gets stronger. So I have heard this story. I don't know if it's true or not, but it highlights it so well. Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa was invited to an anti-war rally and she wouldn't go. And they're like, why? It's anti-war. She said, if you have a peace rally, I will be there. Mm-hmm. And it's because she understood whatever you push against gets stronger. Mm-hmm. So pushing against war, wrong focus. If you want to get rid of war, you focus on peace. You don't push against war because you are putting your focus on it. Not only are you putting your focus on it, you're putting so much hateful energy, so much must-have energy, massive amounts of energy toward the thing that you don't want. Mm-hmm. So if it's a taboo topic and it pushes our buttons and we feel it's something we have to repress, it's strong emotion that we have to push against, that's why it has so much energetic charge.
Mm-hmm. I was getting the same thing.
Yeah.
I was getting I just kept hearing the repression, which is funny because we talked about that before in some context. But right, when you have that energy of where you shove something down, it's still there, right? Like you're now using it and it's channeling in a way that's in a mental capacity. It's more of a mental energy and it's thoughts. But you may not feel like they're connected, but your thoughts and your actions associate with that. So that repression is exploding somewhere else. And so there's so much energetic charge because it is literally so much that is just shoved down. And it's interesting because I even see a collective here too, not you necessarily each person watching, but a collective field of just people in general. And you put them in a room and say these people did not know that there was going to be a lecture on a taboo topic, just say sex. Or even people that do go, I will say, because I've had lectures on sexuality and sexual healing, and there's such a charge in the room. And so I like to break things up with humor and laugh because it gets us out of the mind of oh my gosh, I have shame that I'm here and I'm sitting here, or that I want to ask this question, and the mind is going, and there's a collective field that is just exploding. So as an empath or someone that could read energy, the field is literally can feel awkward. So that energetic charge and the layer that's coming in is to maybe help support some of these spaces. There was that space that mindset coming in on some of the humor and the joy, just to break up some of the tension so that we can even just see within ourselves what the truth is. It's something about breaking up the tension and breaking up this energetic charge. So maybe that's not always the way, but it's all about how we can just start to acknowledge that there's such movement of thoughts, the mental energy moving through, and it may feel like a loop is going through. And so it's about interrupting that loop. What is it? Am I still thinking the same thought and it's going around, or I'm saying it in a different way, and interrupting that loop? What is it that I'm saying? Catch it, breathe through it, and place it with something else to be able to help support anchor in something different.
Yeah. Change the mental rut of the taboo topic. This is the other thing. In our culture, actually, it's just humanity in general. Taboo things, our instinct, our knee-jerk reaction is to ignore them, to not look at them, don't talk about them, they don't exist. It's very maladaptive. It doesn't work. Yeah. So when we take something that it's important, it wouldn't be taboo if it wasn't important, and we stuff it, it's like taking a beach ball. We've all done this. You take the beach ball to the pool. You try to shove the beach ball under the water and keep it under there. How does that go? That does not go well.
Nope.
Because massive amounts of energy. That's what happens when we take topics like taboo topics, massive amounts of emotion and energy, and try to stuff them. They come out in explosive and wrong and weird ways.
Yeah.
So one of the best things we can do is talk about them. It takes the charge out of them. Just like the beach ball, as soon as you bring it up to where it can be seen, it loses its charge. So that is how to decharge taboo topics and make them something manageable. Instead of trying to stuff them away, because again, like the beach ball, it doesn't work. It doesn't happen. And then when we do have it to the light and we are talking about it, then like you said, get out of the rut, like change how we're thinking about it. And that's how we find solutions. And if you can laugh and play with it, all the better. That's when solutions can come in. Yeah. We've got to lighten up. Yeah. And that's why we started doing this, so that people will talk about taboo topics and sexuality. Because we're tired of the beach ball exploding up in weird and strange ways.
Yeah. It's interesting too, because like being able to talk about, say, sex and sexuality on a date, like in a new environment with a new person. I don't know how common that is. I just know me. Like it's common in my experience, because I slide it in. But I remember I was at a conference and I was just chatting with people, and I had a lecture on sexual healing. And so it would come up quite often. And I could tell some people felt really uncomfortable, right? Kind of talking with strangers that, hey, I don't really know you. And we're talking. And then all of a sudden, like orgasm comes in, and like someone over there is like, what? She said orgasm?
I want to go sit at that table.
Like, what is happening? And so, but it allows conversation to come up so that we also can advocate for ourselves in a new space, or even like, so if you're on a date, if you're dating someone new, you know how to talk about what you want. And if they're not the right fit, it's just like everything else. Just like everything else. If you're not the right fit and aligned here, and here, then that's okay. But if you wait to talk about these things and then you wonder if the sex will be how you want it to be, well, those are conversations to bring up. The advocate, like, what is it that I want? Like, share, get excited about it, and see if it's in alignment. Or are they willing, right, too, as well? Like, being able to understand all perspectives there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very good. It reminds me, the example keeps crossing my brain too, of like sex ed in school. The whole, we will not talk about sex, and that means teenagers won't get pregnant. Yes, we all see how well that has worked. But it's such a charged topic. Yeah. It's people will fight to not have it be brought into schools because it's so charged. And the automatic reaction is to not talk about it. It's the opposite. Talking about it takes the energetic charge out of it.
Yeah. And there's even like, I believe that because there's so much energetic charge and people are lacking in the space of communicating, like, just healthy perspective, that even you can even look at kids around sexual abuse, right? And not being able to communicate what's going on because there wasn't that space, right? And I can just speak for that myself. And so being able to have environments where there is the communication, that there is like an adult, there is something that we're looking to create as a collective to share and create those spaces that allows when things are happening for that to come out and for people to know that they have somewhere to land. And so, yes, maybe it's energetically charging to you, but then like, right, that's like maybe adult perspective. And so imagine like to kids, right? If something's happening, how can we dissipate that energetic charge within ourselves so that we create and cultivate those spaces to allow space for whatever's going on to come out.
Yeah. Decreasing your energetic charge around a taboo topic automatically decreases it for other people so that it's manageable. I cannot tell you, again, this is one of the reasons we decided to do our podcast. At least for me, it was because I didn't want to do a podcast. I kept getting clients or friends or just actually random coworkers and strangers all of a sudden start talking to me about their sexual trauma and how they told somebody. And what really gets me, they told a trusted caregiver or a parent, and they were beaten for it, or they were told, we don't talk about that. And I am appalled, highly appalled. Talk about taboo topics that need to be discussed. So it's amazing what just talking about it and having permission to talk about it does in the healing of taboo topics, of those things that are supposed to be unspeakable. Those are the things that need to be the most speakable. That's what we really need to talk about. So, or at least have safe spaces to talk about. So that's why I know both of us in our profession, you can come get a reading and talk about sex and ask your spirit guides about sex. Like this is something that we need to talk about.
Absolutely.
I mean, we talk about everything else. We talk about body functions. We talk about war. We will put war on television and let our kids watch it. But a sex scene comes up, man, don't look at people loving each other and creating life together. But you can watch, somebody getting their leg blown off, and apparently that's better. And they'll put it in a game for a kid.
Yeah.
So
go figure that.
There's my soapbox on that.
Just like, no, it's good. I agree. I mean, it's such a charged subject, and so then it creates experiences for people to just they're still spinning in their stuff, and they don't feel like there's an avenue for them to go to. So, and it doesn't mean like this avenue is the right avenue, but there's the more that we get creative as a collective, we can build what that looks like. Whatever that looks like to you may look different to me, but we get to co-create and allow and be in that space to create from.
Yes, exactly. And I've seen this more and more. Again, I have a very Christian background. I still love Jesus deeply. I work with him every day, multiple times a day in every way. But I am not in a church, and I'm not traditional Christian. I'm Christian that I love and believe in Christ. But if you are someone who is in that traditional church and you're for chastity and celibacy, anti-porn, anti-sex, anti-blah, blah, blah, don't do that. Talk about what you value. Talk about healthy ways to manage sexual energy with your kids, but talk about it. Talk about it in what you would like to promote for them instead of we don't talk about it. Sexual trauma needs to be brought up in Christian religions more and being dealt with, because a lot of the people, I grew up in Utah, and the LDS church is really big there. And I'm not saying anything against the LDS church. It's just any church in which you are not allowed to talk about sexual trauma or sexual abuse, which is pretty much every religion. If it's taboo, it breeds. And I have a lot of survivors of abuse coming through that. So spaces need to be made to talk about those things and talk about them within the filter that is comfortable in a positive way.
Oh, then I kicked out. We're back in.
Did it come back?
Yeah, it did come back.
We lost our connection for a second.
Right? I feel like that was like you dropped the mic on that.
It's like Spirit's like,
like,
you're on a soapbox. Change the question.
Yeah. No. It's good. It's good. We're settling into the ending of the space, and it feels really good on like being able to create opportunity for us to change the trajectory of seeing energy as bad or good, and just being in the space to allow things to come up in a space of non-judgment. Because like I'll be the first one to wave my hand to say, like, I was in a space of judgment on my trauma. And so really shifting gears, I've noticed, like, just clients coming in or things like that. It's like, okay, we're creating spaces.
Mm-hmm.
How does that look? It looks different in every single space, in every single family unit. Like, it looks different. But it's just something to be curious about, like how, like you said, this positive way where I can still create a foundation that's aligned with my values, so that if there is something happening outside, that someone can still come to me, right? But I'm creating my boundaries or whatever, or yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So
Very
drop the mic on that. I know it's so funny. The internet kicked out and it kicked everyone out. But if you come back later, we are just ending it for the evening here. So let's turn it up a notch here. Let's go back to, what are we going back to? Okay, we're going back to, I hit the wrong button.
There we go. It's hard to channel and run the tech at the same time.
So if you have just come in or you watch this later, you could find Erotic Spirit Podcast.com. That's the website that's got all the stuffs there. In case you're like, where do I go for what? It's got everything. It's got our latest episodes. And so our latest episode is up, and it's what orgasm mistake you're making or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a little flowy with the energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So please come tune in. We have episodes come out every Thursday as well. So subscribe. We're on all the major platforms here. And then we'll just tune into how we can find you.
Yeah, that's my website, www.angelashelby.com. I do readings, I do dream interpretation, I do spiritual coaching, and I do long distance energy healing. So look me up. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me.
I love that. And I'll put my stuffs up here so you can go to my website, myawakeningwithin.com. Anything from a one-on-one guided session, retreats. I have online courses. I have a free webinar on shame coming out here in June. So you can go to my events page, check out any events I have, tune in if it resonates. Come hang with us. And we're here every Thursday. So do you have anything else to share there?
No, except if you have a question that you would like to ask us, but you don't want to put it into the chat because you don't want everyone and God to see what you've put, you can go to the Erotic Spirit Podcast website. At the top of the page, it says Spirit Guides After Dark. Click on that and it will bring up a template that you can put your question in. You put in your email address, but when we see it, we will bring up your question at our next episode, but we will not put your name out there. So we will know who you are, but no one else will, and we can answer your question.
Yeah. And there's no limits to the questions. So we do have, like there's an intention out there to provide safe spaces, like sex, intimacy, desire, pleasure, whatever's on your heart. Feel free to drop it in. There's no right or wrong way. There's no, just being curious and inviting us in if you should choose, or you can just come hang with us. So that either which way, it's all good. We're here for the space. We're here for you. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Yeah. Yeah. Bye for now.
See ya.
Take care.